everybody. Welcome to Writers with Purpose. I'm your host, Melvese from Written Words Publishing. At Written Words Publishing, we envision a world where every storyteller, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to share their voice, shape narratives, and impact the world through the written word. So if you value powerful storytelling, do me a favor, like this video, follow this channel, follow this page, subscribe to this channel, and share this podcast. There's somebody out there who's going to get something out of the conversation we're going to have tonight. Okay, y'all. Tonight we will discuss Moments from Moms, Volume 4. This anthology is a powerful collection of real stories, heartfelt testimonies, and faith-filled encouragement for mothers in every season of life. Okay, y'all. This book reminds every mom that her journey matters. Her love is shaping lives and she is never walking alone. Shout out to all the moms out there. Okay, let's welcome one of the voices behind this impact, one of the co authors, Dani Nicole. OMG, y'all. Okay, I guess Danny must be having some type of technical difficulty, y'all, because she was just here and now she's not. So let's just give her a second to get back into the studio. That's just one of the what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, One of the issues that we encounter sometimes when we go live. But I like doing the live podcast. If you're watching and you like a live podcast where you have the opportunity to interact live with the hosts and the guests, put a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, we got Danny back with us. Yes, yes. How are you doing today, Danny?
I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing awesome. That's great. Yes, thank you for being a guest on the show. Tell us something about yourself and tell us your purpose for participating in the anthology Moms Moments for Moms.
Yes, so I am Dani Nicole. I am an author, a mom, a creative. I am currently the host of a podcast called Book Talk Visibility. And I am also just became a writer for the Listen Linda magazine. So I'm a contributing writer to that. That's also where authors can feature their books. That's a written piece, and then the podcast is video or audio. I am originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I now live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I am on an anthology called Moments for Moms. So this anthology, this was book 4. There, I was on book 3, volume 3, and then I'm now in volume 4. And what inspired me to join the anthology is because I'm a mom, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to share with other moms my journey, my mom journey, I guess you could call it. So I thought, and it is a great opportunity. I've met so many great women and formed so many friendships along the way.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always great being part of an anthology where like-minded individuals come together and share stories over a similar concept. So how did writing in an anthology stretch or refine you as a storyteller? So was the anthology your first participation in a published work, or did you have other books published before you did the anthology?
So actually, this my first. So my first anthology was back in 2013 at my former church. About 20 members. We did a daily devotional, 365-day daily devotional. So that was actually my first anthology. But my first published single novel is the fiction book called Entangled with Deceit that I published solely in 2024.
Okay, what's the genre for that book?
So the genre for that book is romance. It's a fiction romantic novel that's solely published through me. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, great. For people out there who want to write, what separates you from those who never got started? What would you say that you did that other people could try to
Uh,
actually put the gas on the pedal? The
yeah.
pedal on the gas. However you
Yeah,
say
right. Put the pedal to the metal.
it.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, I would say, first of all, I would say write it, like get it out on paper. Get it out of your mind. If you got a story that you want to share, I would say first get it out on paper. Just get it out. Don't worry about how perfect it is right now, because I can tell you when I wrote my novel, I think it changed about 4 or 5 times before I actually just stuck with the one plot. So, and that's going to happen. So write it. Just write the story and get it out there, and then you can continue from there. But I know I talk to a lot of people who say, "Oh, I got a story idea." And I'm like, just write it. Just get it out there and get it out of your mind and get it on paper.
Yes, yes, just go ahead and get it out. Don't worry
Mhm.
about um I wonder if somebody is going to like this. Maybe I shouldn't add this. Should I add this? Just go ahead and get it all out there and worry
Yeah.
about refining it later. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean you have to start with something. You
You
can't
got to
fix
start
what
with something.
doesn't exist. Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that is definitely excellent advice. Well, what's one mistake that you think that you made early on in your publishing journey that you think others could avoid, that you could help others avoid?
One mistake. Um, I would say for me, not having a plan. So I just thought I could write the book and get it published, and that's it. Here comes the bestseller. Oh yeah. No, you really need to have a plan because there's budget involved. Like I didn't have a budget, so I just because it's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. There's so many avenues now where you can even get freelancers to do the work for you. But I really didn't have a plan. I just know I wanted to write it and I wanted to publish it, and but all the work. And it does take work that comes along with it. So kind of have a plan and then have a budget. Have a budget set, so how much you want to spend. You don't have to spend thousands. Now you can even uh, publish it yourself. And there's apps where you can even print the book yourself and save some of that money that you might have to pay a publisher. So there's just a lot of different avenues to publishing now that aren't so expensive.
Yes, yes, that is so true. There are many different avenues, so you definitely want to do your research and figure out. You have to identify exactly what you are willing and not willing to do, what you can afford and what you cannot afford, what you're willing to learn, perhaps that you can do yourself, or
Mhm.
what you need to outsource. And you need to take all of that into consideration when you decide which publishing route you want to take, because there's
Yeah.
numerous routes. Yes, that you could take. We got some viewers here. We want to give a shout out to all the moms. Shout out
Okay.
to all the moms out there. Yes,
Hello.
yes, shout out to
Hello.
all the moms. Yes. Happen to be a mom myself. So yes, shout out to all the moms. What type of stories did you what was your piece and moments for moms? What was it centered around? What moment as a mom were you focused on in your portion of that anthology?
Yeah, sure. Um, so the title of my chapter is "Walking Through the Storm with Joy and Resilience." So that was the title of my chapter, and I took the scripture because I am a woman of faith. I'm a woman that believes in God, and the scripture I chose for to kind of start off the chapter was from Romans 8:28. we know that all things that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose. So that was the lead on with that chapter. And basically, I wanted to just share it with moms to moving in your God-given purpose. And because as a mom, it's not easy. New moms, moms that have more than one child, or just being a mom, it takes a lot of um it takes a lot of strength with children, whether it's one children or 10. I mean, it's still um it still just takes a lot of faith, a lot of prayer, a lot of trusting God. But I feel like God has blessed me with children, and I want to be a good steward over the children that God has provided for me. So it's important in this chapter that I did share, though, that I'm not perfect, and I've had my times where I just went to God like I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I, I really need your help right now. Raising the child or finding resources for my children, and it's a journey. It's a journey. I think when they're adults, you still are, still praying, for your children, even when they're adults. So I wanted to,
Yes.
doing an anthology bring out a lot of my vulnerability, because as a fiction writer, I can make up stories like all day. The characters did this and the characters did that. But when I had to share my story and be a little vulnerable, at first I was hesitant, because I'm like, people are gonna know what I've been through, but my story is someone can relate. And I
Right.
said, I'm going to share my story because this is for someone who's a mom, and they can definitely relate to what I'm saying.
Most definitely. Yes, there's always someone out there who can relate to your story. So don't hesitate from writing your story with the preconceived notion that no one is gonna like it, no one is gonna read it, no one is going to get something out of it. There's somebody out there who is going to be able to relate to your story. That is definitely true. And if you can reach just one person and
Right.
help change the life of just one person, that's better than none.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
most definitely. Most definitely. So you were in volume 3 and volume 4. What about what made you decide to show up for volume 4 after you
Um,
did volume 3?
yeah, yeah. That's a good question. So I think because I really enjoyed the sisterhood that I formed in volume 3, and I wanted to continue to be a part of that. We just had our second conference last weekend, as a matter of fact, in Williamsburg, Virginia, and it was really nice for us to all, because we're all in different states, and we communicate online. So it was nice to see the ladies again last weekend, and new ladies that joined Volume 4, and so I wanted to be around those women again and share in the joys of motherhood and hear their stories. And it's like we were on a girls trip, like we had to catch up. And well, what were you doing last year this time when we first met? So it was really nice to see everyone, and to be back doing the stories with them as well. So
That's awesome. Yeah, so what's the range of moms that participate in anthology? Does it range from like new mothers all the way to empty nesters, or what's the range of the moms who participated?
yes, actually, it is. That's good. It is. There's new moms. Like you said, there's moms who are empty nesters. Um, I'm a mom that, so I have 3 children, but my older two, um, when I had them when I was younger. So that experience in my 20s was different from my last son who I had when I was in my 30s. So, and then we all talked about, okay, yeah, I have a child that's that age, and oh, I'm new to motherhood. What can I take from the ones who have already raised a couple of children already? So it's nice to have that variety, like you were saying, younger new moms that children have gone on, and our adults. It was just nice to have that combination of mothers together.
Yeah, because there are different stages of motherhood, and then when you have a child younger, and then you have a child maybe 10 or 15 years later, you can tell
Yes.
the difference between the way you raise that first child and
Yeah.
that last
Yes.
child.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Huge difference. Huge
yeah,
difference.
huge difference. The kids can tell the difference too. Just FYI, I have four boys, and they're spread 10 years apart between the four of them. And yeah, there were some things that the younger ones, my older ones, were like, Ma, you wouldn't have let us do that.
Yeah.
How did you get away with
Yes.
that? I
Yes.
mean, I remember one time something happened, and they like came down on me hard, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you let him do that. Got to the point where I would tell him, all right, don't mention this to your brothers.
Yes.
That's
Absolutely. Don't
like
mention
a
it.
good spill the beans right there.
Yeah. Absolutely. That is so true. So
But
true.
I mean, as we grow, we learn, we live, we know
We
what we
learn.
did.
We live and we
We know
learn.
that we need to do differently the next time. That's all. That's
That's
what it comes
right.
down to. Yeah. Yeah.
It's all learn. We're learning. We're
We're
learning.
learning, constantly growing, and you never stop being a parent. Let's see here. Oh, Jesus says, as a son, it's safe to say y'all moms have similar stories, good, bad, and indifferent. Yes,
Yes.
yes. No love like mom. That is definitely true. Definitely true. Shout out to all the sons out there.
Yes. Yes. What you like, mom?
Yes, yes. Do you have boys and girls, or what's your mix
Yeah.
of children?
Yeah. So my oldest, I have one girl. So my daughter is the oldest, and then
Hmm.
I have two sons. So I was blessed. I tell people I'm blessed to have the one daughter because girls are very emotional and they're different. She not they're just oh she's extra too. I'm sorry, girls, because I'm a girl. So
Hmm.
she just had a very strong personality um, versus her boys, her brothers. I'm sorry. So yes, I was blessed just one girl. That's my oldest, and then I had the two boys. So it's three. But they're my older two are 15 years apart from my youngest.
Mm, okay. Oh wow. So that's a big difference. Oh
A
yeah.
big
So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
yes,
15 years is a big difference between what
yes,
happened when one was 5 and when the other one was 5 and one was 15
yes,
and then when the next one turned 15.
yes,
Big
yes.
difference.
So
Yes.
when you said they say, well, you didn't do that when we were.
I was different then. Things were different
It was a different time. Yeah.
then. Not that answer is gonna fly, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Right, right. It was a different time. Come on.
It's a different style. Yes, things are
Absolutely.
all different. Well, you mentioned your podcast, the Book Talk podcast. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I have a podcast. It's on YouTube and Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Um, and it's called Book Talk Author Visibility Podcast. And that podcast is for authors. If you're a new author, just published a book, um, not sure, you're asking yourself, okay, what's the next step? Well, you want some visibility. So come onto my podcast and we will highlight your book and we'll highlight your journey as an author on the podcast. And then I just became a writer for a magazine called Listen Linda. So that's kind of a spinoff from the podcast, but the magazine feature is called Book Talk. And that's still, it's an interview but it's written. So
Hmm.
there won't be any audio or visual, but it's a written column about your book. So there's two
Okay.
ways to get some visibility for your book.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, y'all heard it here because we're all about visibility. That's the whole purpose in Writers with Purpose, so that authors can get visibility and share their
Yes.
work with the world. Yes. Tell us where we can go and we can purchase your book and find out more information about your podcast and all of that.
Yes, yes. So I have a website called payhip.com. So that's payhip.com // the variety shop. And when you go there, you're going to see the books, the anthologies, my fiction book. I have some digital products, and then I have the podcast there as well. And then the magazine feature, um, I can't remember and off the top of my head. So if you follow me on Facebook at Dani Nicole, that's DANI space NICOLE. If you follow me and message me that you're interested in the feature or the podcast, I will resend those links out as well.
Okay, great, great. That would be great. Yes. So we have a couple of comments come through on Instagram too. I can't put the Instagram comments up on the screen, but someone agreed that yes, you need a plan and you need a budget. Yes, definitely need that. She also agreed, yeah, each one reach one. That's right. So it was like
Yeah.
I was saying with your story, if you reach one person, that's better than anyone. And
Yes.
how Bad Thoughts is watching. She says congratulations, and she says it's good to see you, Danny.
Hey.
Hey, so thank you, everybody who was watching it.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Here we go. Yes, book talk with Dani Nicole.
Yes.
Listen, Linda magazine. Awesome, awesome.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, all right. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the audience before we hang up the line today?
Yes. I just want to share with the authors out there to write your book, um, get it out there because someone needs to hear your story. And yeah, that's really it. Don't be afraid to share, especially if God has given you that story. You want to share it with others because someone will need to hear it. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, yes, somebody will definitely need to hear it. And someone put Romans 8:28. Yes, we know that all things work together for those who love God and to those who are called according to his purpose. Yes, that's your scripture for the month, Irvin. That's awesome. That is a great scripture to remember and keep on the
Yes.
forefront of your mind. You can do all things. You can do all things. Don't forget that, everybody. All right, all right. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on Writers with Purpose. I appreciate you joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
Yes, and I want to thank everybody who was here and watching and participating. It's always great when we get some live interaction.
Yes.
That is just always
Absolutely.
great. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all on the next episode of Writers with Purpose. Y'all have a great evening. Bye bye, everybody.